just a regular every day, and my wife had spinal surgery. At the end, when she came out of surgery, they did send me home because they were going to sedate her. So I went home. I never expected anything to occur. I thought that this was really minor surgery. We both believed that she was coming home that afternoon. Sometime after midnight, I got a phone call that there had been some incident at the hospital and that I should come. And they told me that she had had some kind of stroke. None of the doctors ever came to me and said, "Jack, she's paralyzed. She's a quadriplegic." Instead, they pushed me off. Then they sent her to a rehab facility. The head doctor at the rehab facility is the only one that told me the truth and explained all of the background of what I could expect. Anything that you would do for yourself, I would have to do for her. She couldn't feed herself. She couldn't bathe. She didn't have any control over her bowels. She really couldn't eat. We had to feed her little small things. I had to bathe her. I never really got an explanation.
Patty went in for a simple neck procedure, and she ended up being paralyzed. She was quadriplegic. And they had come up with a story that they always do in cases like this, where suddenly the cord just stroked out. You know, they blamed it on her years of compression, and they told the family that, you know, the husband, that it was just a stroke. I found out two things. One, another doctor looked at CAT scans overnight after she was paralyzed and found a hematoma or blood clot against her spinal cord. The hospital record didn't have that. They had their own radiologist look at it and say no epidural hematoma, no blood clot. So I got the films and I could see it myself. Number two, they're able to do this monitoring of the spinal cord during surgery to see whether it's alive. Well, the surgeon wrote in his report that this neuromonitoring was all fine and good. It took us years to be able to finally get it from them, and it turned out it wasn't good. And they didn't tell anybody. They didn't tell the nurses who took care of her afterwards. They didn't tell the doctors who took care of her afterwards. The thing about these paralysis cases is the other side likes to drag them out, because when you have paralysis, you can die young. Well, a few months after the trial, she died. Her husband, Jack, who I really admire, took care of her every day. Every day. I mean, but he fed her breakfast. He changed her diapers. He was so good-natured about it. And he just never stopped being her husband.
Mr. Torgan worked so very hard. He went above and beyond. He brought out all of the things that he thought had happened and proved that they did happen. Hearing the doctors talk, that they had made multiple mistakes over multiple groups of people, all arriving at the same screw up. It was traumatic. The firm has been very good to me and my family. I mean, he did win. We did get a lot of money, but this wasn't ever about money. It was more about what happened.